Thank you for joining us in Taiwan with the CSM company. We'll show you the real Asia. Hello and welcome to Taiwan. Taiwan is an island home to over 23 million people. Taipei is the largest city in Taiwan as well as their capital. Here are a few things you should know about Taiwan before visiting. The official language in Taiwan is Mandarin, but they also speak Taiwanese. Many people also speak English and Japanese as a second or third language. If it is 1 p.m. in Miami, it is 1 a.m. in Taiwan, meaning there is a 12-hour time difference between the East Coast of the United States of America and Taipei, Taiwan. Coincidentally enough, according to Forbes of last year, Taiwan is at the top of the list of best places for global expats to live. Before getting into Taiwan, you have to figure out whether you need a visa to enter or not, depending on how long your stay is going to be. Luckily, if you're an American citizen, you get visa-free entry upon landing for 90 days minimum. If you are not a United States passport holder, please refer to this website for more information about your passport status as well as what visas you would need to be able to obtain. If you're planning on staying longer than 90 days in Taiwan, you're going to have to complete a visa application online and provide an address of someone residing within Taiwan just in case for emergencies. If you're looking to get a job, you might have to apply for a working visa, in which case you would need to get information from your job and they would have to sponsor you. Applying for a student visa and a working visa are two completely different things. A working visa can be used to apply for jobs and get full-time payment, while student visas only allow you to study and reside in Taiwan. In order to get a working visa, you would need to get sponsored by a company in Taiwan. Once you have your sponsorship lined up with the company, all you have to do is visit Taiwan and go to the Taipei Economic and Cultural Representative Office to complete the application. Once this application is filed and ready to go, all you have to do is leave the country for a couple of days so that the visa can be approved, and then you'll be able to come back into the country with the proper visa. Most countries can get a visa for Taiwan relatively easy, but if you're not from the United States, please refer to this website to see as to where your passport would fall under and if you would need to complete additional paperwork for your visa. Please note, most of these restrictions are towards Chinese passports and passports that would originate under the People's Republic of China, be it Yemen, Middle Eastern countries, some Southeast Asian countries, and Nepal. Good luck, and I hope your stay in Taiwan is as fantastic as you. Apartments and amenities, how to register the important stuff, and choosing your neighborhood. Choosing a neighborhood in Taiwan, and more specifically in Taipei, is extremely easy to choose. Choosing a neighborhood in Taipei is pretty easy. You have a bunch of expat neighborhoods, bustling streets, train stations, buses, bus stops, taxis, everything you could ask for. Once you have chosen your permanent address in Taiwan, you're going to have to register with a local police station in your neighborhood. These locations are also something to keep in mind since police is important. Since in Taiwan, Taipei, most apartments are pretty small and only have the necessities in order to live. Space is limited, therefore your apartment is small. Most studio apartments only have the necessities such as microwaves, washing machines, shower, toilet, and a sink.
I thought he said the space was small.
Most of these rooms are studio-like with no doors separating the kitchen from the dining room, and don't expect to have more than 5 people over at any given time, as that'll already restrict the already restricted apartment. Since this is Taipei and it is Asia, most apartments do not have dryer machines. You're going to have to do most of your drying on a little rack that you're going to be given, and you have to find out where the best location is with the sun. No, most washing machines do have a drying function. From my experience, it's not worth it. It'll keep your clothes wet and it won't dry it out unless you run it through at least 7 or 8 times, and by that point you're going to have much more smaller clothes. Location is important when you're drying your clothes. The more sun you're going to have during the day, the better your clothes are going to dry. Taipei also provides many citizens of different countries with free public Wi-Fi in public locations. Refer to this website for more information about this. If you want to register your own Wi-Fi in your own residence, you have to bring your own modem and you might have to talk to your landlord about this. Most of the time, it's pretty simple as just plugging it into the Ethernet and connecting it, and you're good to go. It'll connect automatically, but sometimes you're going to have to do some tricky finicking around. So it's best to confront with your landlord about this. Beyond that, enjoy your stay in Taiwan and hope you come back.
Taiwan is a safe country and crime against expats is not common. But, as in all countries, you should be aware of your surroundings. There are some areas in Taiwan that have businesses as a front to prostitution. Expats should do their best to try to avoid these areas. A good tip to remember is to go to places where you can easily see into the store windows. A recently common scam is telephone fraud, where people call you claiming to be a bank or a government department and ask for personal information. There are also many tourist scams. For example, stalls in high tourist areas selling fruit will cut open a fruit for you and then demand that you pay an extremely high price. This is also true with freshly squeezed juice. Another one is friendly people, usually young women, invite you out to drinks or food and stick you with an incredibly high bill. Also, there are art students selling you their artwork at an extremely high price. These are only a couple of the scams in Taiwan, but please remember Taiwan is a safe country and there's no reason to be afraid. But nevertheless, a good number to know is the emergency police number, 110. When relocating to Taipei, you should not worry about banks or ATM. Taipei has many to choose from. The most popular local banks for expats are CTBC Bank and Bank of Taiwan. You can also open an account in Taiwan. To do this, you will need an alien resident certificate, proof of identity, and a minimum deposit. The minimum deposit at local banks is usually around 1,000 NTD, which is around $33. International banks will have a different minimum. You may bank online, but if you do not speak Chinese fluently, it is not recommended as many local banks do not have an English website. Banks are usually open Monday to Friday from around 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Some banks are also open from 9 to 12 on Saturdays. ATMs are available and operate 24/7. You may use your foreign credit or debit card to withdraw cash, but your bank may charge fees. Some ATMs only accept Taiwanese cards. Please be aware that while some hotels and large stores accept cards, cash is used whenever possible. If you are living in Taiwan for more than 183 days, you will be taxed on your Taiwan income according to a progressive scale. If you are there for less than 183 days, you will have a withholding tax on your personal income statement. There are many supermarkets in Taipei. Carrefour, a French supermarket, is pretty famous there. It is the biggest supermarket in Taiwan. If you're looking for imported goods, this is your place to go. Some are even open 24/7. Jason's is known for their healthy and organic food. It is also known for being pretty expensive. Welcome is a Chinese supermarket. They cater more to the local needs and is cheaper than the other two supermarkets. Taiwan has a supermarket that is very famous here in the United States. Costco. The membership costs around 1,500 NTD, which is around $50. There are also many 7-Elevens and small markets all around Taiwan. If you live in Taiwan for more than 4 months or hold an alien resident card, you are required to join the National Health Insurance (NHI) program. Some people recommend taking out a private insurance to help cover what the NHI does not. You do not need an appointment to see your doctor. It is a first-come, first-served program. You do not need to worry about your doctor not understanding you, as there are many separate clinics set up for the expat English-speaking community. There are also many pharmacies in Taiwan with all kinds of medication. While there are similar medications compared to the West, you should bring a sufficient amount of medicine if you require a specific type and brand. Another phone number that you should know is the Emergency Ambulance and Fire Department, and their number is 119. Please note that dispatchers may not speak English.
Hey guys, I'm Christina and I'll be showing you some fun things to do in Taipei in your free time. Our first stop is the popular night market. There's never enough food you can try in Taipei, from soup dumplings to mango-flavored desserts to pineapple cake, which you can all find at any night market in Taipei and in Taiwan in general. Night markets are a popular entertainment hub for locals and a famous place for tourists to visit. Here you can find the latest products such as technological gadgets and clothing, as well as street food, as I previously mentioned. One famous night market that many locals frequent is the Ningxia Night Market, which is located in the heart of Taipei. This is a traditional street market with a retro Taiwan feel that has been around for more than 20 years. It's called Ningxia Night Market because it takes place on Ningxia Road. It's also pretty accessible from the train station. The closest train stops are Shuanglian and Zhongshan train stations, which are about 10 minutes from the market. Our next stop is the Taipei 101 Tower. Located in Taipei's Xinyi district, this is one of the most popular places to visit, both for locals and tourists. This is where Taipei's business and fashion districts are located. It's the tallest green skyscraper in the world. The tower also pays homage to its Taiwanese roots, with its traditional Chinese-style pagoda shape. Of course, you wouldn't want to go to the Taipei 101 Observatory every day, but there are other things you can do here, such as go to the mall. There are various high-class shops that you could choose from, and the mall is very clean and pretty. There are also many types of different cuisine here, both Taiwanese and international, that you can come and enjoy on the weekends. And if you don't know what to do during New Year's, come to Taipei 101 and enjoy the fireworks. I do recommend, however, that you rent out a nearby hotel room and enjoy the fireworks show privately, in order to avoid being stuck down in the street with the crowd. There are always performances and parades during the New Year's, which is perfect for experiencing Taiwanese culture up close. So after, or even before you enjoy the fireworks, check out those activities. Now let's enjoy the beautiful beaches that Taipei has to offer. This is a favorite spot for locals to frequent during the summer months, although it is recommended to go during late summer and early fall. One beach that I recommend is Ximen Beach, where the Ximen Stone Arc is located. This stone arc, which is a natural phenomenon, used to be known as the northern gate of the island of Taiwan. There's also a kite park near here, where they hold the annual Ximen International Kite Festival, which can be fun with friends and family. Taipei has an array of historical sites that can be educational and fun to visit. For example, you can visit the Shanghai Shek Memorial Hall and Park, which commemorates the Taiwanese leader. Not only is the Memorial Hall located in a beautiful park surrounded by white walls, but this is also a hub for cultural events and promotions. There are also exhibitions focusing on Taiwanese culture and history. Here, we can observe the changing of the guard, which happens every day on an hourly basis. Next, I'm going to tell you guys about transportation so that you know how to actually get to all these fun places. You don't have to worry about transportation here because Taipei has an amazing public transportation system. And it's very easy to navigate, even if you don't know the language, since they have English guides everywhere. There are over 107 stations around Taipei, and 5 train lines that connect all of these stations. The only con about the subway and the buses is they stop running at midnight and start again at around 6 a.m. The train usually comes every 2 to 15 minutes, so you don't have to worry about waiting long. Sometimes using the bus can be more convenient, but the bus system might be a little more complicated to navigate since some buses don't have English translations. You can get over this though by using Google Maps. To use the train and buses, you'll need to buy an Easy Pass, which you can also use as a form of payment at certain stores like convenience stores. Riley. There are also many travel apps to help you get around. My 2 recommendations are the Taiwan Navitime Transit app and the Taipei Transit app. Although there is Uber available, you'd probably be better off taking a regular taxi or the subway or bus, since taxis are really cheap, and so is the public transportation system. And if you don't like the idea of public transportation or taxis, you can buy a bicycle or moped. Many locals use it to get around. The bicycle is a good option because although it takes a little longer for you to get around, it's good exercise and it's free. There are plenty of bike lanes around Taipei as well, so you don't have to worry about the space. Well, that concludes our tour of Taiwan. Thank you so much for using CSM Company, and we'll see you next time. Bye!